Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and welcome back to King's Quest II, Romancing the Stones. Where I last left off, we did a few other errands around the island of Kalima. We met up with Red Riding Hood, who is named Possum for some reason, and has the voice of Stitch. But we did get information that her grandma is very sick. And we helped her with her basket. We also ran into Batman, who crashed and burned. That was interesting. And we helped the pumpkin family be reunited. We also managed to find this little statue here, well, this door here, which should help us lead to the mysterious girl in the tower. We gotta find these mysterious 3 stones, one of water, one of air, and one in the swamp. We have much to do. First,
the air feels fresh and warm.
I was clicking on
We're
the...
not close enough.
Well, fine, you're gonna be Mr. Picky Pants narrator.
The air
I'm not touching the air.
The paper is torn and dirty. It looks like a flyer of some sort.
A flyer, you say?
Smooth out the torn and tattered paper and read, "Curios I have, to the town do come. Awaiting I am."
To town, then. Fair enough. Also, I should also mention, do not cross that bridge more times than you have to, because it's very rickety and will fall apart very easily if you're not careful. So only walk across it if absolutely necessary. It's not necessary yet, but it will be eventually. So,
The door is locked. A sign next to it reads, "Open from noon till sunset." The sun's position in the sky indicates it is currently midday. The owner must not be an early riser.
you don't say, huh? I see this guy's still around.
Greetings again, merchant.
Yes, many greetings. Need you have now for my wares of great specialty?
What wares do you sell, good merchant?
For yourself, behold them.
You look over the merchant's wares of great specialty and quickly reevaluate them as junk.
You seem to have quite a selection of...
Junk.
well, quite a selection.
A keen eye have you. In an item or two provoke interest, I might?
A daunting task. Rather, by all means.
This I have.
You appraise the object he holds up to you. It is a simple shell, intricately fashioned into the shape of a comb. The workmanship is unlike anything you have ever seen.
Fascinating. Where did you find such a thing?
Oh, old it is. From ancient times descends. Valuable, without question. Royal property, former, to be sure.
You consider his story. Then you begin wondering which beach he found it on.
I don't trust this man as much as I could throw him.
If I were to...
Obviously.
purchase the shell, what would it cost?
A trifle would you expend? 7 golds.
I fear that I did not bring any money.
Curiosity, I find, in one who travels but with nothing to barter brings.
Good point.
Yeah, that is a good point, even though this guy has a horrible accent that he's clearly putting on.
Might you trade the shell comb for something?
The merchant ponders over this for a moment.
Of value, many things are. Of fancy, only one I have.
And that is?
Pearls.
Pearls, you say?
From curiosity, have you knowledge of the speaking pumpkin that once sat here? Misplaced it has become.
No.
Speaking pumpkin? Oh, that. No, I do not see it anywhere. Sorry.
Yeah, we didn't totally take it while you were being a greedy bitch in the fountain.
You do not feel like doing business with the merchant at the moment, and you do not have anything else to say. Yet.
Alright, here.
Is this yours?
Ah, keen eyes you have. For that, a reward shall you receive.
And that would be?
The pleasure you will have in doing business with me.
You suck. Okay, well, he wanted a pearl then. So, good thing I picked this up earlier then.
Would you be interested in this pearl?
Indeed, I would. In return, the shell I present to you. May you be always groomed well.
The merchant grabs the pearl and tosses the shell cone to you. Then he saunters off. History will decide how greatly you were just swindled.
Give it time.
What a beauty. This'll be worth a fortune back home.
Yeah, get lost, you shady bastard. Hope that pearl makes you happy. That's fine. This comb is a good opportunity to use. So, Miss Librarian.
Yes?
Could you recommend another good book?
Yes!
There!
Thanks! I'm gonna look at this book.
The librarian has placed the book on the desk.
I still don't get the concept
This
of,
book is
like...
entitled Way Below Your League, a look at sentient aquatic life. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt.
I still don't get the concept that I can't even actually, like, take these books out. That's kind of the point of the libraries. You take out the books and read them, and then you return them. But whatever. Let's look at this. Wish to explore the sea? Good luck! Even the most accomplished swimmers cannot swim very far before they tire or are pulled underwater by the currents. Even with a ship, it is difficult to properly explore beneath the surface without some means of breathing underwater. Words, fail me today. Truly, only the mer people have ever been known to offer aid in this regard. Though the relationship between land dwellers and their marine counterparts has been somewhat strained over the years, it is said that the mer people, in particular the leader King Neptune, can appraise an individual quite accurately. In fact, they seem to possess a natural ability to sense whether a person intends hostility towards them or not. Fortunately for the would-be adventurer to their underwater kingdom, they are a peaceful people not prone to unwarranted acts of violence. The mer people's nature is in sharp contrast to their other neighbors, the Sharkies, who live in seclusion in the deeper, darker waters of the ocean. Little is known about them, except that they are fearsome to behold and do not take kindly to visitors. They are rumored to be excessively xenophobic, and hence have avoided contact with most of the outside world. It can be assumed that trespassers into their territory would be dealt with swiftly and harshly, which is funny, considering the name Sharky sounds ridiculously adorable. But I digress. Time to head out. For now, after a brief moment of interlude, we must go find a way to find this gem and save this precious girl in the tower. Eventually we'll get back to the dude in the haystack. But it might be a while. Graham, walk faster, you silly goose. You silly, silly person, you. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-boop-a-doop. We're walking, and we're walking. We're still walking. Eventually we'll find where we're going. Eventually. Eventually. Bird! And there's Grandma's house. And now we head north. Oh, hey, there's a mermaid!
As you walk towards the mermaid, she tenses suddenly. Clearly, while she finds you to be a somewhat interesting and perhaps amusing creature, she still does not trust you in the slightest.
Well, it's understandable. Humans are scary. Hi. Is this your shell comb?
You hold out the shell comb in your hand. Clear recognition shines from the mermaid's delicate features. She hesitates a moment, then cautiously extends her arm, hands open expectantly.
Here you go.
You gently place the shell comb in her palm.
Oh, thank you for the
mermaid
necklace.
examines it and smiles. She removes an opal necklace from around her neck and hands it to you. After a moment of admiring her once lost possession, she looks at you with anticipation. You attempt to charade the act of going underwater to the mermaid. She regards you with a look of puzzlement. Just when the whole demonstration becomes too embarrassing to continue, she suddenly dives into the sea and swims right up to you. After giving you a rather intense kiss, the mermaid dives under the water again. You wonder where she has disappeared to. Then suddenly, you feel a pulling at your legs.
Okay, we just met, lady. You're taking things too far. Also,
the mermaid holds on to you, keeping you from resurfacing. You struggle instinctively while trying to hold your breath, but she will not let go. You know you are going to black out soon.
just saying, I don't think it's gonna work out. I mean, at the very least, we could not have babies.
How can this be? Could it have been the mermaid's kiss? Speaking of which, where has she gone to this time?
She went that direction. Oh, hey, she's got a seahorse for us. Hi, you're adorable. Okay.
Well, this is a new experience. The seahorse willingly allows you to climb upon its back. You slide into the little saddle and take up the reins in your hands. You just hope this creature knows where it is taking you.
Hi-ho, sea biscuits! Actually, that is appropriate considering.
After traveling through ever-deepening water, you arrive at a massive stone archway. Passing through it, you notice it is covered with many different intricate symbols, none of which you recognize. Mer writing, perhaps? As you emerge on the other side of the arch, a grand sight greets your eyes.
That's a lot of fish people.
You have entered an aquatic throne room. As one would expect, such a place has a throne of sorts, but what you see seated in it takes your breath away, if that still applies.
I was gonna say.
It is unmistakably the ruler of the Mer people, the king of this watery world. Known by many names, Neptune is the one by which he is best known to your kind.
Hi. Have you seen Ariel around anywhere? Unless that was Ariel that we talked to. I'm not sure. I guess we'll talk to Neptune.
You bow before the king. He returns the gesture with a lowering of his own head. You open your mouth to speak, but only a bubble emerges. It begins floating up to the surface. You watch as your air bubble divides in two. Incredibly, each half maintains its semi-spherical shape.
Huh.
You take the half bubbles in your hands and position them respectively near your mouth and ear. A deep, elegant voice instantly booms from them.
Huh.
You are welcome here, human.
Thank you. I am King Graham of Daventry.
Your courtesy depicts your stature. What is it you seek here?
You explain that you are seeking the 3 gems of nature, and that you believe one of them to be somewhere in this realm. You demonstrate the approximate size and shape of the gem, then mention the Door of Destiny and what you hope to find on the other side.
I'm looking for a girlfriend.
I do have that which you are seeking, and know of the Door of Destiny. It is very old. Its origin is known to but a few. What I possess was known to the ancients as the Birth Gem. In the realm of the Mer people, it is called the Water Gem, for without water, life cannot be.
True, most of us are made up. We're made up of mostly water.
Your Majesty.
I shall let you have the gem, but first I must ask you to earn it by way of performing a service for me.
Of course.
You are about to say anything, but then remember what you heard the last time you said that word to the stone door. Instead, you just nod and allow Neptune to continue.
My trident, the symbol of my power and the strength of my people, has been stolen.
God damn it, Ursula.
A faint mumbling can be heard through the ear half of your bubble. This event is obviously of concern to those in attendance.
I would say so.
It is believed that one of our allies and neighbors have taken advantage of the Mer people's kindness, and that their own king now has possession of the trident.
Do you have proof for this?
If you can reclaim it in the name of the Mer people, I will grant you ownership of the water gem.
Fair.
Will you do this, King Grim?
I have no choice. It's a bust thou
Has
must.
stopped. All are awaiting your response.
I'm pretty sure it's a
I would
yes.
be honored to reclaim your trident, Your Majesty.
My sentries will escort you to the border between our two kingdoms. You may continue to use that steed to hasten your journey. It is my best.
Ooh.
My sincerest hopes that you do not fall victim to the Sharky.
I'm sorry, with the name Sharkies, it's not very threatening.
A sudden pang of apprehension seizes you. Did the king just say Sharkies, as in sharks?
No, it's fine. It's like the sharks in West Side Story. They just snap at you and occasionally might shank you. It's fine.
Your Majesty, is there anything you can tell me about the Sharkies?
They are large, fierce, and carnivorous.
Oh, okay.
Anything else?
They are always hungry.
Oh, okay.
Anything that might be of benefit?
Like something to help you live longer?
I do recall that they have poorer vision than we Mer people do, as they dwell in the darker waters.
Fair.
So I might have a chance were I to encounter one.
You can always hope.
You can certainly try.
Why was your trident stolen?
That is a matter of great concern to me. Should the Sharky King determine the trident's nature, he would assuredly bring about the deaths of countless Mer people.
Well, that's comforting.
I shall return as soon as I am able, Your Majesty.
Good luck.
Thanks.
As
Bye.
you depart the underwater kingdom, you see two guards waiting to escort you to the Sharkies' realm.
You know, you can't help me go after the Sharkies. No, you just gotta escort me there. It's like, hey, you're on your own. Go. Come along, Seabiscuit.
The sentries swiftly guide you along the bottom of the seabed, descending into much darker, colder water. After keeping pace with them for what seems like an eternity, you notice a forebodingly dark area looming closer and closer.
Oh boy!
You have arrived at the border of the Sharkies' kingdom. This is as far as the sentries will take you. One of the guards salutes you, then they both head back to the safety of their own waters. You're on your own from here, Graham.
Thanks. You're also very
Those
freaking
guards
helpful.
were sure in a big hurry to get out of here.
Understandable. Okay, I'm gonna save. I don't think we're gonna save in a separate file for this. Let's see. Sharkies. Alright, well. I guess. Let's go. Oh, look, fishies. Go. Go, Graham. Hey, look, it's a wrecked boat.
Debris from a wrecked vessel lies strewn and half buried on the seabed. Seeing no remains of the crew, you wonder if they were eaten before or after they drowned.
Yes.
You need to get closer.
Okay. Again, you're so freaking picky, narrator.
Examining the heavily waterlogged remnants of the vessel, you notice an old antique bottle half buried in the sand. With great difficulty, you lean over in your saddle and manage to scoop it up.
I mean, you could always get off, Seabiscuit, but yeah, way too simple. I'm just saying, it's way too simple. But whatever. Whatever. Let's keep going then. The sharks don't bother you. It's the Sharkies we gotta worry about. But the sharks don't give two rats about us, which is nice.